Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know already, my name is Chloe. I'm currently self-employed and I do Uber Eats, DoorDash, and SkipTheDishes. And I have been doing food delivery since the pandemic. And I started doing Instacart and Cornershop when restaurants started to open up in my area after the pandemic. My ultimate goal is to become a go-to person in this gig economy. This is why I started this channel, Gig Academy Inc., to provide tips and tricks on how to find success when using these apps to make money. Today, I'm going to share my tricks on how to find hidden tips on DoorDash orders. If you don't know yet, DoorDash and Uber Eats would not show the full payout if the customer tips a lot. So I think for DoorDash, once the customer tips over $5, DoorDash will not show the full payout. And I think for Uber Eats, it has to be at least $8. As you can see from this Uber Eats offer screen, it says I'll be getting $11 from this trip, and at the end, when the tips came in after an hour and a half, I made $19.27. And don't trust Uber when Uber says the customer actually tipped me after the trip. I don't think the customer actually did tip more, it's just Uber hides tips. SkipTheDishes is the only food delivery platform that is transparent about the payout. If Skip also hides tips, I won't be seeing $20 in this offer screen here. So how do you know whether the order has hidden tip potential? Well, before we start, I'm going to go over orders that are just trash and I don't think anybody should accept them. Let's take a look at this. $4.75 for 4.4 kilometers. So DoorDash's space pay is $4 and rarely customer tips 75 cents for an order. So for sure, this is a no-tip order. I wouldn't take a no-tip order anyway, and I don't think anybody should be taking no-tip orders. Now let's look at another order. $7.25 for 8.6 kilometers. Again, this is a decline because the dollars to kilometers ratio is less than 1. Personally, I will not take this order, and I don't think anybody should. You're just gonna lose money if you take this. Here is the last trash that I'm going to show you guys. It's an alcohol delivery, $9 for 13.5 kilometers. Again, this is a decline because the dollars to kilometers ratio is just too low. It doesn't really matter where you're going, that should be decline. Like, nobody should be taking this. I remember when I first started doing food delivery, I didn't know those were garbage orders. So every time I took those, I felt frustrated because I drove a lot but make very little. I remember for one shift, I drove over 60 kilometers and made only around $40. And I spent literally $10 of that $40 that I made for gas. It was infuriating. It was not until I started to cherry pick that I realized there are actually generous customers out there and they're worth my time and effort to deliver to them. Now I feel happier and more confident about actually making money every time I work. Comment down below if cherry picking has changed the way you do food delivery. So enough of the putrid. Now let's move on and discuss what orders I tend to take on DoorDash now, and many of those orders have hidden tips. So here's the first one, $10.75 for 6.5 kilometers. Just by looking at the order alone, I would definitely accept this because the dollars to kilometers ratio in this order is almost 2 to 1. And also in my area, orders that tends to have hidden tips have a payout of more than $9. And in this order is $10.75, so I know there could be hidden tips in this order. And lastly, I look at which restaurant I'm going to. In this case, I'm going to Ithaca restaurant, which is a local Greek restaurant in my area, and customer who goes there tends to tip a lot, so I know that there could be hidden tips in this order. I know there are other YouTube channels out there that talk about the number of items matter when you're trying to find hidden tips, but personally, there are hidden tips in orders that have only one item. So the three things I'm concerned about when looking for hidden tips is the dollars to kilometers ratio, and the payout, and the restaurant. And ta-da! The order became $15.25 and the customer tipped $8.50. Now let's look at another one. $10.25 for 7.9 kilometers. Even though the dollars to kilometers ratio, it's like about 1.5 to 1, I was pretty confident that this order could have hidden tips because of the payout. It's more than $9, and also the restaurant. is Main Street Greek. It's another Greek restaurant in my area, and customer who tends to go there tip quite a lot. So I'm pretty confident that this order had hidden tips. And there you are. The order ended up being $13.25 and a customer tipped $7. Now this last one is pretty rare because it happened to me only twice that an order with an $8 payout had hidden tips. But the other criteria match. So let's take a look. So this order from Joey Restaurants, $8.25 for 2 kilometers. Joey is a Canadian chain restaurant, and when I used to pick up food there during the pandemic, most customers tend to tip more than $8-10. So I know that this order, the tips is going to be quite a bit. And also the dollars to kilometers ratio, it's like 4-to-1. Nonetheless, I'm going to take this order anyway, regardless, because this order is just too good. And surprise, surprise, the order ended up being $9.25 and a customer tipped $5. Comment down below on your tips and tricks on how to find hidden tips on DoorDash. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button and also the like button so you get notified when my videos come out. Also check out the shorts on this channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.